the quarterback.
We're not talking about Joe Burrow. We're talking about receivers.
Son, see. I have to step back and teach you stuff sometimes. All right, it's about projections. Last year, if we would have done this last year, okay, and somebody said Cooper Kupp was their number one projected receiver, they would have gotten laughed out of the room, right?
True.
Yes, true. That's what I'm saying. So it's a projection for 2022. And I'm always right with projections. We know that. So Jamar Chase.
When?
Who else said Cincinnati was
it seems like you projected the Celtics to win the championship. And what happened?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You know who it is. I am Derrick Thompson.
And I'm Diego Thompson.
And who are we?
We're the Pick'em Pros.
Pick'em Pros back in the house on a special Father's Day weekend, and Father's Day at the time that this will be coming out. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and happy Father's Day to my dad. Man, happy to have this special post with you today. We're going to talk about the top 10 fantasy football receivers today. But man, before that, man, how are you doing?
Yeah, well, happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the world, well, including you. So yeah, I want to get that out first. And I just been partying from my Warriors win, and I just been feeding off the depression from my dad here. So.
Oh man, I'm not depressed at all. I'll let you have that one. Happy for your little Warriors, little team. You finally got to, you're 12 now, so you can really take it in, and everybody needs to experience what it's like to have their favorite team in the world win the championship. You were 8 when they won last time, so you really didn't totally get it, but now you can fully absorb it. So I'm happy you were able to experience that. I mean, coming up, I grew up, Chicago Bulls fan, Michael Jordan. So I experienced it 6 times coming up. So at least you could experience it once. So that's
man. Yeah, Jordan, greatest of all time. So.
All right, man. Well, hey, so basketball, the finals was great. The whole playoffs, whole season was great. Football season is still a few months away, but for all of us fantasy football fans, hey, man, it's almost time to start pulling out those sheets and starting to get ready for the drafts that'll be taking place in August. And for some of you late leagues, maybe September. But, it's about that time. We are big fantasy football fans. This show, actually, when we were talking about the ideas and your mom came up with the concept, we were going to simply be a fantasy football show. That's how much we love fantasy. And then we decided, well, we like more than just fantasy football. We expanded to some of the other sports that you've seen us cover. But fantasy football is definitely our thing. You, Diego, are 12. But how many years have you been playing fantasy?
I've been playing for 3 years. Yep, okay. 3 years. Yep.
3 years. So this is going to be your 4th?
Going into my 4th.
Wow. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, and you did a little something. So how'd you do the last couple of years?
Yeah. My first year, I don't remember what I did my first year.
Yeah. For first year was probably kind of low, but you were learning. Yeah. But you were learning the first year.
That was a scratch. That year doesn't count. Yeah. But the second year, I got sick. I was tied for 5th. Really? Yes, I tied 5th.
Okay.
Whatever, man. And last year I finished 2nd. So
okay. Finished second last year. That was very impressive.
The guy who won had Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp. So
and it went down to the final. I mean, you were
Still went
only a
down to wire. Yeah.
couple points away. A
Yeah.
bounce here or there, one little move would have actually had you win it. So it was close. And this is a very competitive league. This is not some, amateur league. These are guys that are serious, have been playing for many, many years. And there's a pretty nice chunk of change that it takes to get in the league. So I've been fronting you these last couple of years. I took a loss 2 years ago, but this past year I was able to recoup my money since you finished second. So I'm in good shape now.
I gave you my money. I got my own money, and now I'll be able to pay for it myself.
That is true.
Yes.
That's true. So you'll have your own. You'll be able to take care of your own this year.
Yeah. So then if I win, I get all the money.
You will be loaded. You will be loaded. All right, man. So let's dive into it today. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready. All
right. So we're gonna talk about the receivers today because receivers is funny. When I started playing way back in the day, receivers weren't as important. Like it was all about running backs. You had to have a back, Of course, you always have to have a quarterback. But receivers, just with the explosion of the passing game and how a lot of leagues you carry 3 receivers and some even more with flex positions, you have to be strong at receivers. So today we are giving you our top 10 fantasy receivers. It's a projection for 2022. Yes. So we're not just going off what happened last year. We're doing that, but we're also projecting for what's going to happen this year. So you have to keep that in mind. And yeah, man, let's get into it. I guess you'll give yours and then I'll go ahead and give my top 10. We're going to do it that way?
Yep. Okay. So I'll go first.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with number 10. So this guy didn't play at all this season, but has had great years in the past.
Okay.
Got Michael Thomas.
Woo!
Yes. Michael Thomas. He's coming back with the Saints. Even though he got his money, but he's got to prove that he can still succeed without Drew Brees, which he hasn't done yet because he's played every single year in his career with Drew Brees, except for the one where he only played maybe a couple games with Jameis. But
I got burned by Thomas because he had the record-breaking year a couple years ago, and then I took him with my number 1 pick. It wasn't number 1 overall, but my first round pick 2 years ago, and totally I had a stacked team. Oh, my team was so good, and if I had him, I probably would have won the title if he were healthy. So that really messed me up, kind of soured me a little bit. Then he didn't play at all last year. If he can come back strong, hey, it would be great. That's a big if. But hey, probably I'm sure has done a lot with that money. And I'm sure would like to have another payday. So at some point, if he's going to get another big payday, he's going to have to start, producing. So maybe this will be the year.
True. Yep. I think it's going to be the year. Yep.
All right.
Yes. Okay. So now I'm going to move on with number 9. I got CeeDee Lamb.
Ooh, yep, Dallas Cowboys.
Yep, Dallas Cowboys.
All right.
Well, yeah, Amari got traded, of course, to the Browns. So I feel like he'll more become that number 1 receiver type. Since there's no other top receiver on the Cowboys that can that's better than CeeDee, so I feel like he'll really thrive in that position. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he is the number 1 guy. Dak's going to have to get a connection with him, so we'll see what happens there. All right, that's your number 9.
If that doesn't happen, then the Cowboys will not win games. All right, so number 8, I got Keenan Allen. Yes, Keenan Allen. He was one of the top producers over 1,100 yards, over 100 catches. He's a top receiver on the Chargers. So I feel like he's just going to continue the production that he's been doing. And he's got a great quarterback in Justin Herbert as well.
That's a great quarterback. A lot of people are high on him.
Yeah, so 7.
I said he's been steady. He's consistently has been a great receiver for many, many years. So
yes, really consistent. And then number 7, I got Stefon Diggs.
Oh, that's my boy.
Bulls.
My boy.
Whatever, man. You don't know nothing about Diggs. So he's been consistent over these last years with Josh Allen. He got paid, but I feel like he's going to continue to to just continue that production, because why not? And plus, he hasn't won that Super Bowl yet, so he wants to really get that. And plus, this might be their best year with the Chiefs. They don't have Tyreek anymore, so I don't really see what's standing in their way.
Okay.
And then number 6, I got Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, he was like he was second in receiving yards last season. One of the top producers in fantasy points. Also got double-digit touchdowns and over 100 receptions.
Yeah.
And he's a top receiver on that team. The quarterback situation is kind of iffy, but I feel like he'll still succeed. And then going into the top 5, I got Deebo Samuel.
Deebo. Whoa. All right.
Yep, yeah, in San Francisco up there with my Warriors. But yeah, he's been a threat in lots of different positions. He can catch the ball. He can run with the ball, and he hasn't got. And of course, he hasn't got paid yet, which is a big part of his thing. And I think he wants to prove to the Niners that he deserves the big payday.
He did, but he said he's not playing for the Niners. Is he going to play this year?
I think they'll figure that situation out. I think they'll figure out. This whole San Francisco sports area is able to figure out situations with players. So I have trust in the 49ers. Yes.
All right.
But then,
you have to figure that out.
Yeah. And then number 4, I got Tyreek Hill. Yep, straight from the Chiefs, but he's with the Dolphins. Yeah. Yeah. He made comments about Patrick Mahomes earlier, saying that Tua is a more accurate quarterback, which I don't think is true, because I think Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But so I think he's out to prove that he can do more without Patrick Mahomes. So and plus now Tua has a really elite receiver, which he hasn't really had before. Yeah. And now I got Jamar Chase. From your Cincinnati Bengals.
Cincinnati Bengals, yes.
Yeah, a great rookie season. He had over 200 yards against the Chiefs in a regular season game, and showed up in the playoffs too. But he was probably one of the key parts to the Bengals Super Bowl run, which ended in a very horrible fashion.
And they should have won.
Yeah, but great guy. He had a
penalty. Bad penalty. Took the Super Bowl from him, and I would have been right.
Whatever, man. Yeah. He had lots of great games. He had a couple bad games, little inconsistent, but he is a rookie, so I think he'll learn from those and learn to become more consistent this year in his second season. And number 2, I got my guy, my top receiver from last year, Davante Adams. Yes, I got Davante. He's coming from the Packers and Aaron Rodgers, but now on the Raiders, he's with this old college quarterback, Derek Carr, and that whole situation in offense is very nice, because they can't just guard Davante, because you got Hunter Renfrow, who can get him in the slot. You got Darren Waller, who's an elite tight end. So I feel like he's in a really comfortable position. He'll get a lot of yards and flourish there. And then number 1, I got the reigning Super Bowl MVP, the guy with the second most yards in a season in NFL history, the guy with the triple crown last year with receptions, touchdowns, and receiving yards, got Cooper Kupp. I think he's gonna come back, and because he's been really consistent. And last year he just took it to a whole nother level. So I don't see a reason why he can't go to that level again, especially with Matt. So it's basically the same team. They got Matt Stafford. They got they got OBJ. He's got an ACL, and they added Allen Robinson, which is replacing Robert Woods. But so I think Cooper Kupp's going to get most of the targets, and it's just gonna flourish and do what he did last year.
Yeah, he's strong, man. Just my question with Cooper Kupp, how does he get so open? I mean, my goodness, dude is like wide open. And defense
It's like the Rams have other great receivers on the team, though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how he gets open.
Man, he is like just a tactician with his route running and just everything. I mean, he had a phenomenal season. So definitely
he can really just get around the defense and succeed. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Strong list. Let me see. Yeah, the Michael Thomas is a little questionable. Again, high upside. You are projecting, so okay.
I am projecting. Yes, he's going to be healthy, and he's going to be healthy. A healthy Michael Thomas is one of the best receivers in the NFL.
He probably will be. I think you might be able to get him a little later, but I'm fine with that. And again, Deebo, I've got him around the same area. I got him a tad lower, but again, you can't deny his numbers. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with the contract dispute and all of that. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, good list, man. Good list. Now, before I go into my list, man, what's up with that jersey that you're wearing there?
Yeah, well, I am a Carolina Panthers fan, yes. This does have the Super Bowl patch that we failed on. But, it's man, I actually don't have anything for that,
Don't have anything
that was just kind of a bad year. And we're not going to have any glory years in the past. This is kind of all I got.
Okay, that's all right. Well, hey, man, Panthers, they're going to bounce back at some point. I don't know if it'll be this upcoming season or the one after that, but they will.
One after that. But yeah, sometime.
they will bounce back. And when they do, they're going to be here for a while, here to stay.
One of these days.
All right. We need it. I miss the glory days of Cam and the fun teams, and then even before that, the home eras before your time has some fun teams and another Super Bowl run. All right, well, let's get into it. Let's get into my top 10 before we go. Let everybody enjoy the rest of their Father's Day here. So again, these are projections for 2022, so not totally based off of last year, but projecting what you should do. And our website will be launching on by August 1st. And on our website, we'll keep a list of our rankings, and you'll be able to actually print out cheat sheets and even use some of this for your drafts. But number 10, so I also have Keenan Allen on my list from the Chargers. High on him. He has been consistent. I believe he's going into his 10th year. He has just been a steady receiver, and one that you definitely can't go wrong with. You can typically get him a little later, but he's a very strong receiver. So I'm high on Keenan Allen. I think you had him. Yeah, you had him 8, but I've got him at 10. He had 1,086 yards last year, and that was from missing a couple of games, and still had over 1,000. Yes. So very, very strong. So you can't go wrong with Keenan Allen. He's my number 10. My number 9, guy that you don't have on your list, but he's on my list, Mike Evans. Yes, Mike Evans. This guy is consistent. Again, he's another one that, has been in the league about 9-10 years here. He had over 1,000 yards in 2020. Last year, just under 1,000, was nicked a little bit, but he is, again, with AB being gone and Godwin tearing his ACL, and he'll probably be back later. He's going to be Brady's main weapon. He can jump over the top and catch the jump balls, catches a lot of touchdowns, came on strong at the end of the season. So I'm very, very high on Mike Evans. I have him as number 9. Right?
Hold on. So you got Mike Evans on your top 10 list of receivers?
Yes.
You have him over Keenan Allen over Michael Thomas?
Yes, I have him over Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas hadn't played in 20 years. And he got paid. And places he got paid. So yes.
Because he's kind of consistent, but he can also get hurt too. You're acting like he hasn't got hurt like Michael Thomas has.
He gets nicked. That's a totally different thing.
He gets lots of nicks.
And plays through it. And still produces and jumps over the top and snatches the ball down.
He gets and plus Gronk is still there. Gronk is still there, yes.
Man,
yes.
He's the only other guy. And man, now I don't know if Gronk is still there. Gronk who knows if Gronk's going to be back? I don't think he's officially committed, so he's still iffy. And even if he does, Gronk, Gronk's not going to play the whole season. So Mike Evans is going to have to.
True,
Mike
probably
Evans,
get a nick sometime.
he's going to have to carry it.
But,
all right, so I'm gonna get through the rest of this list here. All right, so number 8, I've got CeeDee Lamb here. So I think you had him 9. I've got him 8. Again, he has had some drops and doesn't have a great connection with Dak. So that concerns me, but I've got him at number 8 because he's going to be the number 1 receiver. I feel that Dallas has no choice but to give him the ball. And if Dallas is going to have any type of success this year, CD is going to have to be great. So I feel for that, they're going to have to get him the ball. He still had, even by him not being Dak's main target, he still put up over 1,000 yards, had 1,057 yards. I don't see how, but he still put over 1,000.
Yeah,
so,
and towards the end of the season, the playoffs, he wasn't getting a lot of targets.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I think that's what caused the drops because it was like, oh, I got the ball, so
yeah.
That's what caused.
But I have him at number 8. Number 7, I've got my man Stefon Diggs. Woo, man, I stole Stefon Diggs in 2020. The first year he went to Buffalo, man, I got him later and produced crazy numbers for me. He had 1,535 yards in 2020. Woo! Last year had 1,144. Many more double teams that he's been facing. He gets a ton of targets. So he's one of the leaders in targets. He's going to get targeted. And so if you're in a PPR league, definitely he will give you big numbers there. So Diggs, you cannot go wrong with him. Number 6, I've got your guy Deebo Samuel. Deebo. Couldn't put him in my top 5. Initially, I had him at 5, and I had to switch it just because of some of the turmoil and by the fact that he runs so much. Is he going to make it through the year? I don't know. Again, these receivers are probably the receiver that you're going to be taking first. So it's got to be a sure thing. So I'm a little iffy on that. So I have him at number 6. Number 5, I have Justin Jefferson. Oh, man, his numbers have been crazy. And I have no reason to think it won't continue. I know he wants to get paid. So he's going to come out and produce and put up big numbers. I'm sure once again had over 1,500 yards last year. Don't see him slowing down. And I know he's looking for a big payday. So he has a lot of incentive to continue to put those numbers up. Got him as my number 5. Number 4, feel crazy having this guy at number 4. But I've got Davante Adams.
What are you doing?
At number 4, I love Davante. I've had him many, many years in the past. It's just been total beast. I feel that he's been the number 1 receiver in the league for the last few years, can just totally do it all. However, doesn't have Aaron Rodgers anymore. Okay. Doesn't have Aaron Rodgers anymore. And he also is they have some other weapons with the Raiders. So, Rodgers could just get it to him no matter what, get him those targets. I don't know if he's going to get the same amount of targets. It's going to be high, but I don't think it's going to be quite the same. And there's a lot of other receivers that are emerging and are going to do great as well. He got paid. That also, again, with receivers, normally when they get paid, now you got to be careful. So I have him as my number 4 for this year. Tyreek. I've got Tyreek as my number 3. I feel that he has even though he got paid, he's with a new team, that scares me. But I think he has a lot to prove. I think he wants to show that he's not just a product of the Chiefs system or a homeboy. I think he wants to ball out and has enough balance on that team the way I think he's going to with Waddle there is going to show out. So I've got Tyreek as number 3. Number 2, I've got your guy that you had number 1, Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp, can't go wrong with him. Again, did get paid, yes, but I feel that he will continue to be consistent. I don't see him dropping off just yet. And hey, if he's there, snag him. I've got him as number 2. You're looking funny over there. What's going on, man? You all right? You have an audio or to your technical issue? Something?
I don't. How do you have this guy number 2 after all he's done on the team that he's on? Oh my gosh, man!
2, okay, you're being like the LeBron people, acting like it's a shot Just say
it is a shot.
And Jordan's
It
number
is
one.
a
Okay,
shot.
it's not a shot. It's
That's
okay.
an insult. That's an insult, man.
No,
You're
that is not
insulting
an
Cooper
insult.
Kupp right now.
Giving,
What else do you want him to do?
I've given him tons of praise. This is a projection. This isn't totally off last year. You're looking at last year, but I am projecting.
I know exactly. But he's on this team. The Los Angeles Rams is special. It's special. That's part of it. That's a part of it.
Teams normally don't repeat. They typically have injury issues. Okay, he didn't even have 1,000 yards the year before. I'm looking at he had 974.
Nobody cares about the year before.
So again,
the year before, you said not to focus on this. You on the year before? Come on,
we're looking. So hey, I've got him as number 2. Number 2 is fine. I got him as number 2.
No,
all right.
Not okay.
So
no.
Can I get to my number 1 receiver? Can I get to the receiver?
Sure, fine.
I'll league up and set the league on fire.
Fine. I'll lose my mind on that.
Ja'Marr Chase.
Homer Simpson.
I'm not a Homer.
Homer Simpson.
Cincinnati was not my team. Remember, I like Cincinnati, but I just happen to have the shirt because
you just happen to have this shirt on.
This is my pick for the top receiver, Ja'Marr Chase. Ja'Marr Chase. Did you see what he did? Had over 200 yards twice last year. The guy is in just his first year. They've got a better offensive line this year. Oh my gosh, Joe Burrow, the quarterback.
We're not talking about Joe Burrow. We're talking about receivers.
Son, see. I have to step back and teach you stuff sometimes. All right, it's about projections. Last year, if we would have done this last year, okay, and somebody said Cooper Kupp was their number 1 projected receiver, they would have gotten laughed out of the room, right?
True.
Yes, true. That's what I'm saying. So it's a projection for 2022, and I'm always right with projections. We know that. So Ja'Marr Chase.
When?
Who else said Cincinnati?
Seems like you projected the Celtics to win the championship, and what happened? I can't hear you.
I said Bengals were going to go to the Super Bowl, and they did it. So validates it. Ja'Marr Chase will be the number 1 receiver in the NFL 2022. Mark it down, book it. You can bank it, and we're going to come back and revisit this, and we're going to all just be in awe of how I was right about it. So that's it. I've said it. It's Father's Day, so I'm right.
So you do not get special treatment. You do not get special treatment.
Yes, I need special treatment.
As we're recording right now, it's not Father's Day.
Well, when they see it, it is. It's the night before. All right. Well, hey, we got to wrap up. We've gone for a while. It's the longest we have posted, but as you can tell, we're passionate about this. We love football, fantasy football. We're excited, and definitely want you to watch this. We're going to go at it all year. Our teams are going to go at it, so it's going to be a ton of fun. We'll have many more posts on here. But once again, happy Father's Day to everybody. Again, special shout out to my dad. This show is great. Father-son duo. It's fun doing this with you. A lot of the reasons that I do, a lot of things that I do with you as far as the games that we go to, the places we see, the things we do is because my dad did, the same things with me. So I was fortunate enough to grow up seeing Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan in the old stadium. My dad took me to those, went to my games, really kind of showed me that anything was possible with, the things that he did in corporate America and all that, which led me to, be an entrepreneur and have my business. So shout out to him. Man, happy you're my son. Happy we're doing this. Yep. And man, let's enjoy the rest of this weekend. All right.
All right. Sure will.
All right. Well, hey, Pick'em Pros, we are out. Happy Father's Day.
Father's Day.
Check out these lists. Use them. I'm right.
Yep. Nope. No, he's not. Not right now, man. Can't believe it.